What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Gunfish TV. I want to thank you for tuning in to my channel today. I appreciate it very much. I appreciate all the likes, subscribers, comments, everybody checking out my content. It means a lot to me, and I appreciate it very much. So with that being said, you see sitting right in front of me, I have finally have some apparel available. Some of y'all been asking about it, and I finally have some. I just picked these up today, and I'm extremely excited because I worked really hard on this design and coming up with it. And now I got some nice hats available. I've got the lime green. This is the Richardson lime green with the nice Gunfish TV logo. That's the lime green charcoal front there. And then I have the bright orange with the orange Gunfish TV logo on front. Looks really, really nice, good looking hats. So I have those available now, and I also have stickers available. This is the 7-inch Gunfish TV sticker right here, and I have a 5-inch version available as well that has a little bit bigger frog, but this is the 7-inch version. Like I said, I have a 7 and a 5-inch, and then I have hats available. So if you want a hat or a sticker, hit me up in the comments, and I'll respond back to you, let you know, whatever we need to do. Let y'all know, how much they cost and all that. I'll put that in the description as well. And if you get one, all the money is going back into the channel so I can make more good content for y'all. And I'm just kind of traveling around, fishing fairly local, but, just trying to bring some good stuff to y'all for y'all to watch, because I know you're enjoying it. You're letting me know that, and I appreciate it. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead, jump into the video. This is a topic that I've been wanting to talk about a little bit, and I want to know y'all's opinion. So comment down below and let me know what you think about this particular topic, because I'm really anxious to know what you all think about it. So let's go ahead and jump into the video. All right, so I wanted to sit down with y'all and talk about something that I read the other day, and it was on Facebook, and it was a comment that somebody had made on a group that I follow. And what they commented was that bass fishing had become the rich man's game, or a rich man's game, and that just a working man couldn't compete anymore with, somebody that had better equipment or more money. And I would 100% disagree with that statement, wholeheartedly disagree with that statement. And I know where their thought process was when they said that. Bass fishing has been made out to be something now where it seems like you need a whole bunch of money or a whole bunch of really nice stuff to be able to compete in a bass tournament, or to be able to just, fish well, or go fish big water or whatever. And the reason for that is because, everybody now, when they see pros dragging their boats around, they see them on YouTube, on TV or whatever. Of course, they have the best of the best. And they've always had the best of the best because they have sponsors, and they're not really paying for anything. But, also when you pull up to your local tournament, and I see it every time I go fish even a local tournament, even if it's 10 or 15 boats, you see 21-foot glass boats, 250s hung on the back, dual power poles, 12-inch screens front and back. Guys even have, live scope, on it, or a Garmin Panoptics. This is all really, really nice stuff. This is nice stuff. Is this stuff that you need to fish effectively or compete against these guys? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You don't need, the best of the best as far as your boat, as far as your electronics, as far as a 250 motor you hung on the back, or your rods and reels and line. You just don't need the best of the best. You need what works for you. Some people feel like they need some of this stuff to be able to compete, and if that's what they feel like they need, that's perfectly fine. But me personally, I've never felt that way. I've just never ever felt that way. I fished out of a 2005 Bass Tracker. Since 2005, I bought it in 2005, bought it brand new, and if y'all watch my channel, y'all saw that's what I started my channel with last year. And then of course I have my smaller boat, my Alumacraft. And I just recently bought this boat. But I mean, I fished out of my Bass Tracker for 15 years. And I never once pulled up to a boat ramp for a tournament and ever felt that I was not, that I couldn't compete because I had a smaller boat and because these other guys had a bigger boat. And I'll take it back to when I was really young. I believe I was 10 years old. Me and my dad were fishing a bass tournament, and I've been bass fishing a long time. I've been bass fishing since I was 7, and I'm about to turn 37. So I've seen a lot of changes, and I've bass fished for a really long time. But I was 10, and this guy, my dad had an old Ouachita bass boat. I think it was a 1974 Ouachita bass boat with an old 50 Evinrude Sizzler on the back of it. And we were fishing a bass tournament, and a guy pulled up in this, I don't remember what brand it was, but this shiny glass boat with a 150 on it or something. It had his name on the motor. And I looked over there and I told Dad, I said, there's no way that we're going to win this tournament, because this guy's got this big glass boat and he's got his, his name on his motor. This guy's a professional. That's what I thought at that time. I was a young kid. And my dad told me, he said, a boat ain't never caught a fish. That was his exact words. I'll never forget him. He told me, he said, a boat has never caught a fish. And there's never been a truer statement in fishing that I've ever heard. No boat has ever caught a fish. It might help you get to a fish, but it's never caught a fish. And I'll tell you what we did. We ended up winning. We won that tournament. We beat that guy. And from then on, I was like, man, it really doesn't matter. And that's the way, and that I've carried that through my whole, life of fishing, is that stuff really doesn't matter. It's nice to have really nice stuff, but you don't need really nice stuff. Bass fishing is not a rich man's game. If you watch my channel, you know that I don't fish with the best of equipment. I don't have, I just got this new boat, and I'm very thankful for it, and it is really nice, but I don't need it. I don't feel like I'm going to catch more fish out of this boat because I have it. I don't feel like that whatsoever. I have more room. That's the main thing I wanted this boat for, was I felt like I needed more room. But other than that, that's it. But, I just recently put a 7-inch graph on here. I have a 7 up front and a 7 right here. And I did just get side scan on this boat. I haven't had side scan. Side scan's been out forever. And I just did put it on this, so I did upgrade a little bit. But I don't have pan optics. I don't have 12-inch screens. I don't have that stuff. I don't feel like you need it. That's just my personal opinion. I can see my 7s absolutely fine, and I feel like that's all I need. I can go over a school of fish with my 2D sonar. I can see them. I can go over top of them, and I can catch them. That's all that matters to me, is that my stuff works. I want my stuff to work. You all know I don't fish with the best rod and reels. I don't feel like I need a $150, $200 reel. I don't feel like I need a $200 or $300 rod. That is my personal opinion, but I don't feel like I need it. I fish in tournaments. I do fairly well. I'm not the best by no means. I get my ass kicked plenty, but I don't feel like I need the best of the best. I don't feel like I need the best. I mean, I flip with Ducket Ghosts. They're $100 rods. I mean, my cranking rod is a bionic blade that I bought 10 years ago, maybe even 12 years ago. And all my stuff is, I mean, this is my jerkbait rod right here. This is a perfect example. I've won so much money on this jerkbait rod, it's not even funny. And I don't mean like I've won like thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, but I've won a lot of money on this jerkbait rod. This jerkbait rod is a tournament choice game day, and I bought this thing out of the bargain bin from Academy Sports for $10 like 6 or 7 years ago. It's a 6.6 medium heavy, has a very parabolic action to it. I picked it up and I said, that is the perfect jerkbait rod. Look at my reel. This reel is a reel that one of my buddies gave me that didn't even have a side plate on it and didn't even have a spool. And he gave it to me for free. And I had a side plate and a spool from a Revo SX that I had ripped the anti-reverse bearings out of. And I put it right on the side of this reel, and boom, I got a reel that works perfectly fine and that I catch fish on. I'm not all about having the best of best. I could care less if somebody looks at my equipment and says what he has isn't a $150 or $200 reel or $150, $200 rod. That stuff makes no difference to me. What matters to me is that I pull up to the boat ramp for a tournament or a fishing trip, that I feel well prepared, and that I feel like I can catch fish. When I get to where I feel like I have equipment that I can't catch fish on, or it's not working properly, or it's holding me back, that's when I replace my equipment. And until I feel that way, I keep it like it is. I don't fish with fluorocarbon. All my buddies fish with fluorocarbon. I don't fish with fluorocarbon. I fish with copolymer. I use 10, 12, 15, and 20 pound copolymer, and some of the best out there is P-Line, C21 copolymer. Awesome line. Copolymer, to me, it handles good, it's strong, it doesn't have quite as much stretch as monofilament, but it's just good stuff. I like the way it handles, and it's cheap. It's way cheaper than fluorocarbon, and I fish a ton, and I re-spool my reels all the time, and I don't feel like I'm sitting there just stripping off money the whole time like I would if I had fluorocarbon. You know, so I don't feel like you need the best of the best stuff to perform well when you're bass fishing, whether it's in a tournament scenario or if you're in just a fun fishing scenario where you're just going fishing to have fun. There's so many big bass that are caught off the bank. There's so many big bass caught out of a kayak, and I don't mean some of these kayaks now that are rigged out $3,000, $4,000, got 10-inch, 12-inch screens on them, torpedoes, all this stuff. I'm talking about your basic kayak with a freaking paddle that you go out on. Giants have been caught out of John boats, small boats. You don't have to have a big glass boat to fish and have fun and catch big bass or be a successful fisherman. It is not a rich man's game. It is not. The main thing is that you go out there, you have fun, you feel like you're adequately prepared for what you're going to go do, and that's all you need. That is really all you need. You know, a lot of people get hung up. They get hung up, and that's the right word for it, is they get hung up on thinking that they need this really expensive equipment. They need this really expensive boat. They need a really expensive truck to pull it with, just so they can pull up to their club tournament of 15 or 20 people and look better than everybody else. But none of that matters if you roll up to the weigh-in with 1 or 2 fish or 2 or 3 pounds, and you got some guy, you know, that just rolled up in a John boat with a 25, and he drops, you know, 20 pounds in there, and he kicked your butt. You know, you need to worry more about your fishing than you do how you look when you go fishing. And that's what a lot of it is about. It's about the look. People want to look good. I get that, I understand that. And you know, I never got a compliment about my boat before, and I've gotten several compliments since I got this boat, but that's neither here nor there to me. I want my boat to work. I want it to run good. I want it to get me to where I want to go, and I want to catch fish out of it. That's what matters to me more than anything. So I just wanted to bring that to y'all's attention. I want to talk to you about it. I want to know y'all's opinion. What do y'all think? You know, do you feel like you need the best of equipment to you know, fish and catch big bass or catch nice bass and compete in a tournament? Or do you feel like you can get it done with just your normal equipment, $80 to $100 rods, or even cheaper, you know, and then not the best of reels, you know, or not, you know, the best of line, fluorocarbon, you know, or do you feel like you can use copolymer to compete, or cheaper braided line, or only Power Pro? You know, let me know, because it's a topic that I kind of hold dear to my heart, because I just don't feel like you need the best of the best, and I don't feel like people need to go in debt out there trying to look good or trying to compete, you know, in a bass tournament. I think you need all that you need, the basics, and then that's it. That's just what I think. So I appreciate y'all clicking on this video. Like I said, let me know what y'all think. Hit that subscribe button. If you want a sticker, you know, hit me up in the comments. Like I said, they're $5, and I appreciate it. If you want one, or a hat or whatever, I appreciate that very much. So check out some of my other videos, and I'll see you next time on Gunfish TV.